What's up everybody, this is Hobbyist Hideout and today's project will be this little froggy fellow. Isn't he adorable? Okay, so first we're starting off. I've already sanded him a little bit and I've primed him. That's why he's gray. He was originally white. Here are the paintbrushes I'll be using. I just got them from Amazon. They're nothing like really special. There's my water. Here's my little makeshift wet palette because I heard that those are good. Yeah. Oh, here's the little like anchor point I used to airbrush, well not airbrush, but do his primer with to try to get like an even coat. Okay, and here I'm doing his first coat of green. When I was starting into this, I didn't really know like what type of color concept or what I wanted to do like color wise with him, so I was just winging it the whole way, going on like vibes and feels, whatever like felt nice or right, going on instinct. Yeah. Oh, these brushes, I did have to soak them for like 5 minutes because like right out the box their bristles were very stiff, but after I soaked them for like 5 minutes it was a pleasurable experience. I don't know how they'll hold up, but first time use was great. Well, I'm a beginner, like first time use for me was great. It was very comfortable. So yep, I just did his whole body green because I don't know, frogs are green. How original, right? Yep, I just got in all his little cracks. At first when I started off, I tried to like do it inside the lines because I knew that I wanted his backpack straps a different color. So, but that didn't last long. Yeah. So here's his body coat. Oh, we're moving on to his little belly. He was looking kind of bland, kind of boring, so I wanted to break it up and decided to give him like a little patchy tummy because frogs sometimes have those, and I was like, oh, cute, right? I did let him dry before I did this step, so I just let him dry like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I live in the south and it's summertime, so it really didn't take him that long to dry, but I just wanted to be safe than sorry. I didn't want any splotches or streaks or whatever. Yep. The paint I'm using is Vallejo. I heard it was good, so this is what I'm... Oh, I also did his little feet in this color. Yeah, I heard that this paint was good, so that's what I'm using. I also bought it on Amazon for like, I don't know, it was like 25-30 bucks, something like that. Oh, and here I'm doing his straps to his book bag. You can see how I got out of the line some, so I do go back later and touch up the little instances of where I went over the lines or, you know, smudges and things of that nature. I don't think I left it in this video because I wanted to keep it short and sweet and to the point, and I don't think it would be that interesting to watch me go over like the same place multiple times. But yeah, altogether this project took me maybe like an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, see, I accidentally messed up and got his arm. I have to go back and do that later. Well, I had to go back and do that later. Oh yeah, altogether this project took me about an hour and 30 minutes. I was going kind of slow. I was just enjoying the process. I wasn't really speeding through it. I was just enjoying my time. I had some YouTube on in the background, you know, very relaxing. Yeah. I decided to go with this, I don't know, goldish yellow to try and break it up, and I didn't want to like draw too much attention because I knew I was going to do his backpack in like a more brighter color. Here I'm doing his facial features like his eyes and his mouth because I wanted to do his front body before I moved on to his backpack and I wanted that to dry before I moved on so I wouldn't have to worry about smudging and things like that. Yeah. I did try to mix the black with like a dark purple because, you know, in digital paint they're like don't use complete black. You always want to use a shift. And the black, you always want to be shifted to a different color. Oh, and here, this is where I add his little sparkly bits. This worked really well. I've seen other people do it, and I can see why. It's super easy to get like a nice circle, especially maybe if your brush technique isn't that good, or if maybe you have a shaky hand. I would recommend doing it this way if you just need like a circle. So yeah, it was really good. So yeah, that's his front bits. I let him dry, and now moving on to his backpack. I did have to go over his backpack multiple times, like 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4 coats, layers, whatever it is. It was really streaky. I don't know why it was. Maybe I did add like a drop of water or so to the paint, because I heard that helps with the flow when it comes off the paintbrush. I don't know if that was the reason, if I just watered it down too much, or if it was the nature of the paint itself, because I did the same thing to the green and the yellow, but it wasn't like that. So I don't know if it was just the nature of the color of the orange, or if it was the dark primer that I used. Yeah, but see here, you can see how streaky it is, right? I'm not crazy. So I went over like 3 or 4 times with that, just to try to make it an even coat. So this is the kind of the color color palette I ended up with. At first I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, but this is how it ended up. Looking back, I made this guy like a few months ago, and I'm just like getting around to painting him. I made him in Blender, and I had some renders of him when I was going back through my files, and it's kind of it's weird how color wise how similar he ended up being to like my 3D render. So I thought that was funny. I'll throw it up here so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I decided to, because I didn't want to add too much different colors into this, because he's a very simple character, or he's a very simple little figure, so I didn't want to make him too busy. So I tried to stay within the same realm of like 3 to 4 different colors, and just shifted like their hues and things like that. Look at me trying to act like I'm a professional. I shifted their hues. I shifted the saturation. But yep, I was just going off vibes and things like that. So yeah, I'm very much of a beginner. Oh, this was made with an FDM printer. I printed him out with an FDM printer. That's why you can kind of see his layer lines. He's such a little guy, he was kind of hard to sand, so I just gave him like a very small sanding. I did coat him in resin afterwards, and that did help reduce the visualization of the layer lines, so they're not as prominent. So maybe if you use an FDM printer for little knickknacks and things like this, you might want to take into account coating them in something. Here I saw people do this where they went over with some soft pastels to try to like blend and give them some more dimension. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm trying to lighten him up a bit, because he did end up, his green body ended up darker than I wanted, so I was trying to lighten him up a bit. I tried to make him lighter on the top and darker on the bottom, or in the shadow parts. So yeah, that's why you see me trying to just go over. I'm trying to brighten him up a little bit, make him more soft pastel-y. Here you see me trying to blend in his shadows and things. Yeah. Yep. I did try to give him a little bit of blush, but it didn't really work. It's very faint. You can see it later on in the video. It's like very subtle, like squinting type of subtle. It's like, maybe next time I'll do it with paint. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just experimenting. I do go in his crevices, his little itty bitty bits, his corners, and use a darker color to try to stimulate some shadows, because you know, where the sun don't shine, it will be darker. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. Yep. Oh, look at that, we're almost done. The video is almost over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being so patient. This is my first video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, little guy is almost done. Oh, here's the blush part I was telling you about. It ended up being very subtle, like very subtle. Like maybe you could see like if you squint. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want. Drop a like for future reference. I don't know. Yeah, thanks. Some stills should be coming up in about 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, bye bye.